Tracey's Beautiful Life, and I'm here with a process video. This one is about a layout of Jackson just hamming it up for the camera. He was just standing next to the couch and all of a sudden started laughing at my sister, and she happened to catch kind of a sequence of him coming a little bit closer to her and just smiling and laughing. These were about last Christmas, I believe. So I am doing this layout as part of my No by October / September challenge that is for the Victoria Marie Facebook. It's kind of a separate Facebook group, but Jenny has started it, and we are all going to not shop in October and just use up scraps. So I started a little bit early, and this is one of those layouts. I simply took 2 pieces of pattern paper that I had drawn inspiration from a Pinterest layout from this is Helene Navarro, I believe that's her name, and she had this really awesome layout, and so I had done 2 layouts, and I just grabbed some pattern paper to kind of decide how I wanted to play off of it. And this is my second take on it, but basically the only reason why I say that is because I'm using the pattern papers that I drew the take from. So as you can see, I also decided to use that pattern paper. So it's only 3 pieces of scrap pattern paper because one is simply just trimmed in half and flipped. So one is the A side and one is the B side. And I know at the moment it probably looks funny that I have navy on my layout, but when you can actually see the photo, you're going to see, there you go. I drew the inspiration from that photo. And a little trick here, I know I want to use 3x4s, and I'm going to do it in a line. I a lot of times use just a filler card and put that there, and then that's where I do my taping. So that's kind of what you saw there. Jackson had actually grabbed a hold of my photo, so it is very wrinkled, but that's okay. So is life. I do add a tiny bit of my leftover tissue paper. I don't have very much of it, but I had a little bit, and so I just kind of crinkled it up and put it down at the bottom there. It's probably hard to see. I know it doesn't read very well on camera, but that is what that is. I do add a frame as well. Again, trying to tie in the navy from Jackson's shirt here. It says selfie, and I wanted to originally cover it up, but you know what? In the end, I didn't. I think it's because I forgot, and I am too lazy to go back and fix it, so I'm not going to. It's going to be as is. I also add this puffy sticker at the top that says "Life is Good." And my title is called Because I'm Happy. And I drew the colors from the piece behind it, which are Christmas trees. It's a Christmas piece of pattern paper. And if this has happened in December, so that's how I tied it in, winter themed. And so I just simply tied them in. Of course, it also makes me happy considering the fact that I am a Seahawks fan, and those 2 colors happen to be Seahawks colors as well. So, little side note there. I also add this little banner. I play around with how I want to use it, but in the end, I don't use them all like that. I take 2 of them and make them corner pieces to kind of help tie in the whole layout in the end. And you'll see that in a moment, but I think I'm going to play around with it a little bit. You also saw me add the last little bit with the ephemera. I added a flower that I tucked in the entire flower, and so all you can see are the green leaves to the corner of the frame. I added a wood veneer heart, and I also added one of the flare buttons from my stash that I got. I believe that they are from Chamel. I think they're a Chamel Lane part of her collection there. So now you're going to see me wrap up with my final banner. I do also do some drawing around my photo. I don't think you see that on camera, but it does get done. And that's my layout. I will come back with my finished up close for you. And that's it for me today. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll be back really soon. Bye everyone.